Morning. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, by the way. Man, I have got bites and little itches all over my legs. My arms are great, and I didn't get any mosquitoes, didn't get any ticks on my arms, but cannot say the same thing for my legs. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. I wore my jeans, wore a flannel shirt, covering a tank top because I know how to dress for being out in the woods. They had so much freaking fun. Had so much fun. We picked a lot of wilds yesterday. She was so excited we got to the Queen Anne's lace, and she was just like a kid in a candy store because Queen Anne's lace is related to the carrot family. Morning, Pam and Freya. Queen Anne's lace is a part of the carrot family, and when you pull it out by the root, it's very edible. Very edible. You can even take the flower tops and put them in a batter and then fry them and eat those after they've bloomed. So, the ticks are what got me yesterday. Pam said the mosquitoes are bad here. They're the size of eagles. She's up in Canada. Oh my God. That reminds me of when I was down in Florida. I can't believe how big and how terrible the mosquitoes were down there. And it was every evening about an hour before sunset to about an hour after. And you could not go outside. There's no repellent in the world that would have kept them away from you. Oh man, and I loved fishing when I was down there. I would go in the canals and go crappie fishing because their crappie is huge. Here the limit, you have to have at least 15 inches before before you can keep them on a crappie. Hell, it was average, or 11 inches, excuse me, 11 inches on crappie here. But the average size of a crappie down there in Florida in the canals was 15 inches. I mean, I just fell over. Man, you guys, the mosquitoes are pretty bad. I understand. Pam said, no jokes, they are bad, bad, bad. Even during the day, they're out. Yeah, and I get the big welts from the mosquitoes. I mean, I'm very, very allergic to them. But what I've got on my stomach from a tick, oh my God, it's huge. Red, it's hot. So I got to keep an eye on that one for sure. You know, all my life, ever since I realized how dangerous tick bites are, I think I was still in school. It was my last year of school, and one of my counselors had a tick bite and got Guillain-Barré disease, Guillain-Barré disease, and he went from a very bright, intelligent, vital person, I mean, just full of life, to completely bedridden. And he recovered, but he was still left with residual, affectedness. I don't know the word. Residual effects from being completely paralyzed. And that was from a tick bite. And so ever since that, anytime I've ever gotten a tick bite, I take a magic marker and I draw a circle around it just to keep my eye on that bite. And also, if I were to suddenly develop a fever and be incoherent, at least there was a circle around something they could identify on my body, to look at that. Look at that. That might be connected to whatever's going on with little sister here. So, and I really do. I encourage people to do that. I think it's really important to circle your tick bites because you never know. They are nasty little creatures. They really are. You know, they used to worry about armadillo carrying leprosy. Hell, I'm worried about the stupid ticks. I don't know what they carry, but they carry a lot of bad, bad disease. So, and the mosquitoes right now too. The mosquitoes are just stupid, and you almost have to protect yourself constantly from from getting any kind of insect bites. And I know that that sounds really kind of impossible to do, but you know, if I was in an area that there was some kind of an infection going on that could very easily be bloodborne, I don't want a mosquito biting me that's bit somebody else that could be infected with something. And you know, that was our mentality when AIDS first came out. And I recognize that, you know, and back in the middle 80s, about 1984, when AIDS was first diagnosed and then discovered how widespread this disease was, you know, I remember we have a closed down Air Force base in the Kansas City area, and they were going to turn that into an AIDS colony, an AIDS victim colony. You know, how horrifying. How horrifying is that? So grateful that that never happened, and that instead they took their resources and put it towards fighting the disease. And, you know, they've got a pretty good handle on it, but it's somebody, I think I even heard or read that it had mutated, and it's getting bad again. So protect yourself always, no matter what you're doing, whether it's mosquitoes or peoples, you know, protect yourself. But do wear, you know, they've got all these really cute little sweaters, and they've got little button cuffed shirts that are sheer that you wear over your bathing suit. If you're outside, just outside in your yard doing yard work, there is no reason why you should not wear that little blouse, you know. Or guys, you know, find something that you can wear to cover your skin up as much as you can, you know, from your wrist. And it's not only because of the bugs, you know, because I hate mosquito bites. I really do. See? And you know, I'm so allergic to them that I itch. It's just maddening. It is maddening to have a mosquito bite that you cannot stop itching. And really, I still will always stand by the fact that amethyst does take away the itch and the sting of mosquito bites, and there are other stones also that take away stings from bites. So investigate those. I always thought that was very interesting. If you're an herbal person, investigate your herbs, because maybe you can rub some thyme, you know, or a piece of cilantro on a bug bite. I don't know. I'm just guessing right now. I don't think the cilantro would work, but you might gain some friends. I'm a nutball. Anyway, protect your skin not only from insects, biting insects, but from the effects of the sun too. Carry an umbrella with you, not just for the rain. Get you something cute and fashionable. People will be like, oh man, that's really something. Then you'll be a trendsetter. Then everybody will be carrying umbrellas. And you'll be like, oh, I started that. Oh, shoot. I made up a saying one time when I was young. And I don't remember what it was, but it was something just really off the wall. I mean, really off the wall. But it was cute and it was catchy. And before I knew it, I was hearing it on TV. And I was like, what the heck? Did I do that? Or what was that happened, you know? I thought I was a trendsetter for a while. I don't think I was. I probably just heard the phrase in my sleep and, you know, made it my own. But I really did think I was a trendsetter for a little while. I thought, man, I did something really cool. People are listening to me. And that was long before social media and being able to reach masses of people at one time. You know, I think I was lucky to get a call in on the radio back in those days. Who knows? Put something out in the universe. You know what? That's something else too about great ideas and inventions and titles of books. You know, if you're working on something, I was talking to a young lady last night, and she mentioned the title of her book, and she said, I think I'm going to title it this. I don't know yet because it's such a catchy phrase. I'm sure it's already titled. And I said, well, don't say it out loud too many times, because I really do think, and my dad is a good example of this because he was an inventor. He really did invent things. If he needed a particular tool, well, he would make the tool. If he wanted an attachment, or maybe he wanted to, God, I don't know, he made so many things. He made so many things. He would look at something, he'd pick it up, look at it, I can make that, put it back down, and then he would go home and make it. And maybe he would add to it and make it a little bit better. And so I would ask him, why don't you copyright these or patent them so that nobody can steal your idea? And he'd be, there's probably people all over the place making these. Why do I want to? And I said, because you'd be the only one that said, hey, this is my idea. You put your patent on it. Well, he never would do it. And, a little bit of time would go by, let's say a year and a half. Well, okay, I'll give you an example. It was for fishing, to keep the boat stabilized. He ran a rope through a PVC pipe, and he fashioned it so that we could hook onto a tree branch or a stump in the middle of the lake. And I would put the boat on one side and tie it off tight. My dad would tie his end off, and it would have that pole in the middle of the rope to keep the boat stable so the wind and the waves weren't rocking it and we could fish. Great idea. Why don't you patent that? No, I'm not going to patent that. Everybody can make it. This is easy. I said, but nobody's thinking about it, and you could patent it, you could sell it, or sell it to somebody, and they can make billions of dollars on it. No, not going to do that. And it was probably the next season that I saw a couple of other fishermen doing the same thing with their boat. They had handmade their boat stabilizers, fishing stabilizers, we'll call them that. They had handmade those stabilizers, and somebody along, I don't know if they just saw Dad with his and said, that's a great idea, I think I'll do that, which I'm sure that's how it happened. But pretty soon, I think 2, maybe 3 years later, I saw him in a magazine for sale. And I'm like, Dad, they're selling these stupid things that you made. I told you. And he just laughed about it and shook his head and walked on. But I'm telling you, one of those other fishermen went and patented that thing and said, this is mine. I invented this. So what I'm saying is that if you wait too long, if you have an idea, if you have an original thought, if you have the title of the book right here, don't talk about it. Just do it. Because the more you put the vibrations of your ideas or your thoughts in the universe, the more you speak of it. It's like keeping a secret, Nobody can keep a secret. You got to tell somebody. So you tell one person, that one person's like, ooh, that's a great secret, man. I ain't keeping that. And they tell 10. Pretty soon your secret's out there, right? Same thing with your thoughts and your dreams and your titles of your books. If you talk about them, they go out there in the universe, and somebody clear on the other side of the country picks up that vibration and takes it as their own because, it was floating around, landed in somebody's head. I think it happens. I think it does. So instead of talking about things, just do them. Just do them. Write that book. Put that title on there. Put that big C after it. And a good way to copyright your ideas also. If you have a great idea and you don't have the ability to make it come true. Like you have a dream, you have an idea, you see something that you want to create. If you write down your details, write your details down on a piece of paper, write the specs if you're trying to build something, write the title of the song or the title of the book, write the song, write that poetry. And if it's something that you really believe, well, it's yours, right? and you don't want anybody else to ever steal it from you, mail it to yourself. Don't open that letter when it comes back to you. But what you're doing is you are putting an official date on a document that you created. And as long as you don't open that envelope, you'll know what it is because you'll put important documents on the outside of the envelope or something to help you remember that you mailed that, and this is the document that has the copyrighted date of your product or your idea or your song. And then mail it to you, put it in a safe place, and then if you ever need to pull it out again and prove that it's yours, you have a documented official date. As long as you don't open that letter. You can't open the letter. You can only open the letter whenever you absolutely have to. You have to prove it's yours. Claire said she's not feeling well today. I'm sorry, darling. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here, even if you're just popping your head in for a minute. Sending you good vibrations, good energy, good love. Get to feeling better. I'm really tired today. You know, we went out, Kim and I went out picking cherries. We walked Thorny Acres, and it was the most beautiful thing. I'll be honest with you. I don't take a lot of people to Thorny Acres, and I didn't take a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of friends out when I was young. And in my adult life, you know, we would have parties and have had parties out there, and some really killer ones, and we let people go out and explore the land if they want to. But I don't take people out on a personal tour of my property because it is so special to me. Is so sacred to me. It is the whole place. The whole place is sacred. And so whenever when I do take somebody out there, you know, I really have always hoped that they would see how special it is and see how really sacred the land is through my eyes. And Kim saw this place through my eyes yesterday, and it was such a fabulous feeling because I was like, yay, somebody finally sees what I see every time I walk in those woods. You know, she talks about it the way I do. You know, the ecosystem is perfect, and there are so many, it's so diverse. The plant life, the cactuses, and then the lamb's ear that grows in the rocks. And then there you go down and it's a little bit softer land. There's more dirt than rock. And so the Queen Anne's lace is growing there. And on other areas of the property is very field, like pasture-like. And it's just in a very small 15 acres of land. It's so much life. We saw a tree frog sitting in the cherry tree. She spied it because I thought it was just a knot on the branch. I really did. This guy's blended in so well, and he's got his little eye closed and his legs tucked in real close to his body, and he just looks like a little knot on the branch. So I got some really cool pictures of that. I'm going to be posting these up, and I will post these up. I'm posting up some of the pictures of the plants that we took with us for her to make whatever she does with them, you know. And if she said, like, if I don't make tinctures out of these or balms or creams, then I use them in my workings, you know. I use them for my prayers, for instance. So it's good. And you know, you don't take much. You only take a third of what is there. You take a third of what you see. So if you spot a little growth of milk thistle, for instance, you don't take the whole thing. You don't take it all figuring, well, it's milk thistle, it's a wild weed, it's going to grow back. Because if you have that mentality, your neighbor has that mentality, and Joe Blow up the street has that mentality, and there's only 5 of you in the neighborhood, there's not going to be a lot of stuff left to eat. So you really do want to take only a third of what you see. And so, and then you give regard. You give regard. You give regard to the earth. Give her thanks for providing so much abundance. Because I'm telling you that, even the weeds that grow in the sidewalk in the city are edible. Make a salad, make a grass salad. It might not be the best thing that you ever had to eat, but it's nutritious. It still provides some kind of nutrients to you. I don't think a grass salad's going to, really put on any weight for you. Get some chlorophyll in your body, if nothing else. Oh, man, I am so ready to go back to bed today. I really am. I was wore out last night when I got home and had to do a little bit of paperwork and then jump up and go back out the door again and officially join Post 1820. I believe that's what it is, VFW Post 1820, as a member of the auxiliary yesterday. I'm really happy about that. I love serving my veterans, and it means something to me to be a member of the VFW auxiliary. It really does. And I guess it's because of all the years that I took care of my elders and listened to their stories. Some of them were really hard to hear, but it was like they carried that story with them for so many years. For their whole lifetime, they carried these stories with them. And they either had to get them out one more time or they had to get them out for the first time before they crossed over. And so, listen to your elders' stories. If you ever have a chance to sit, if you have the blessing of having an elder left in your family, your grandparents, great aunts, great uncles, parents, record the stories that they tell. If dad's in there telling a story, put that recorder on your phone and just go in that room and sit the phone down and listen for a little while, or walk away and listen to the story later. But at least you'll always have that story with you for as long as you can after they cross over, because they're not always with us forever. Dearest you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. Ooh, I get more light on that. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage does not get mustered because of fear, in the absence of fear, but rather in spite of it or even because of it. Sorry about that. I tried to improvise. I gotta get some light on me for a second because I'm not reading this color very well today. Courage does not get mustered in the absence of fear, but rather in spite or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch that you're clinging to. Let Spirit take the wheel and help you steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's loads of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what Joseph Campbell said. Take one step toward the gods, and they will take 10 toward you. We are all doing the Destiny Cha-Cha over here. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. Sorry that was a crappy read. Sorry about that, guys. Tell you, I'm tired. She wore me out. I walked too much, drove too much. Driving has that effect on me. It really does. If I drive for 2 or 3 hours straight, all I want to do is go home and take a nap. And that's it. That's all I want to do. So I think I'm going to pull another card. Probably kick off here a little bit early today. Not much going on. Not much going on in this world. Today's a day of rest for me. And house cleaning. Rest and house cleaning. Story of my life. Dearest you, We are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals, and that, sorry about that. Hang on. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest that you take a deep breath, fill yourself up with gratitude, and tune into the vibrations of well-being. Temporary conditions will be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality. But we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on your journey itself and not at arriving at any destination. You are so surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? That's one of my favorite cards. That is one of my favorite cards. I love to be reminded, and sometimes we need to be reminded that Spirit is really, truly with us always. And even if we don't see Him, hear Him, and feel Him, we at least, if we look in our lives, even if you do not see or feel or hear Spirit with you, and you can put whosever name on that you want to. It can be your spirit guides. It can be the spirit of love. It can be your spirit companion. It can be God. It can be Jesus. It can be Mary. It can be the saints. It can be angels. All of these things are from the spirit of love. If you have the spirit of love with you, you have the spirit of God. You have the spirit of your guides, your guardians, your angels. They're all with us all the time. And if you look back on your life, you will see evidence that they have always been there. You know, the times when something really dramatic happened and maybe you shouldn't have survived, but you did, or the close shaves, or the uncanny experiences in your life, and then the soft moments too, the little miracles, the little moments when you were so sad and so ready to quit and just despair was all around you, and then a butterfly came and landed on you just to give you life back, just to give you that beautiful energy, to cheer you up, to make you feel better, to give you love. Things do not happen by coincidence. Most things are not random in our life. Things are guided and gifted to us and given to us and allowed. And if we recognize that that's not us, that we can't possibly do all that stuff on our own, that there had to be some kind of outside interference or some kind of outside source that contributed to the greatest good that occurred to me back there, or the greatest good that's happening right now. You know, so many people want to hear or see. It's their proof. Well, that's why I carry a pendulum. If I want a physical representation of an answer that I know my spirit has been given to a question that I asked out loud, well, I'm going to hold up my pendulum, because my pendulum is just my direct connection to source, to spirit, not necessarily to source. Source to me is God the Creator. Maybe He would talk to me through it, I don't know. Never thought to ask. Never thought to ask. I'm not sure I will. Maybe I will. I don't know. I can ask my guides. They'll tell me. I will. But it's not right now. You know, I was cleaning out that little cabinet there in my desk. And I found that bag of oatmeal. Remember the emergency supply of oatmeal that I got? I don't even remember what company it came from. Anyway, I really am going to cook that. And I really am going to do a taste test. I really am going to do it live. I just got to clean my kitchen up first. So maybe sometime this week, maybe tomorrow or Friday, we'll do a live shop. We'll do a cooking show. Or maybe I'll just pop on and do a cooking show sometime just for the heck of it. Just bring in my kitchen with me and say, here we go, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, let's have some oatmeal. I would do something like that. All right, last card, and then I really am going to get off of here. I'm being heavily distracted this morning, and I just want to crawl back in bed. So the best solution that I can think of, and I'm sorry people who are going to work, Julie, and, you know, all of you who do the regular 9 to 5, sorry about that. Sorry for your trouble, but I'm going to go back to bed. So mean. Dearest you, do you know how much we love you and want to help you? We're here for you, and we hear you ask for guidance, but you must let go and let us help you. You don't have to do it all. You've done your part. Now let us do ours. You would be awestruck if you knew how many strings they had to pull on their side through the matrix to get us what we need and desire. Spirit has a plan. And when you sign up to be co-creator, you need to remember to allow the partnership. It's not one-sided. Your desires and plans will meet up. Do meet up with those of Spirit. Remember though, Spirit's timetable and idea of how things will play out may be quite different from yours. Trust us, Spirit's ideas are amazing. So let go and let us do the magic. Pay attention to other areas of your life, and before you know it, a miracle will have taken place. We love you so much. Spirit. Nice. Nice. Nice little reminder. Julie. Weird energies today. Yes, there are weird energies today. Oh, I know, I did too, Julie, and I think that's why I'm tired. Because I woke up 40 minutes before my alarm was supposed to go off. My dog pooped on my carpet in here, and I noticed it about 5 minutes ago, and it has been, I mean, that's an OCD trigger for me. I don't have a lot of them, but when my dog has an accident in the house, I usually smell it immediately. And I knew that the air smelled a little bit different in here. So, it is driving me crazy. Aw. Thanks, Claire. Claire said she's really not feeling well today, so let's send her some good energy. Frey is still in bed today. Julie's up and on the road and headed to work. Oh my goodness sakes. So guys, go have a good day, whatever you do. You know, chances are, and this is the truth because my OCD is kicking in really, really hard right now over this mess on my floor. Chances are I'm not going to be able to take a nap today. But I'm going to leave here allowing you to believe that I'm going straight to bed. And you know, I've got this whole vision of this beautiful, perfect bedroom that's not mine, but it's somebody's somewhere, I'm sure. And just lounging in that bed full of down comforters and down pillows and softness and fluffiness and watching TV and eating cherries all day long. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. Have a beautiful day, you guys. Give love. Don't ever stop doing that. And all you do. And I'll see you guys later.